me on the secure line.
Please hold.
New and exciting. Um, I don't know. Um, we're really in the first week back from snow and ice and everything affecting everything.
Right. How did they get the streets cleared?
Um, I actually don't know. I did end up going out last Tuesday evening.
Hmm.
Um, and the main roads were already pretty clear.
Oh, good.
It was just like driveways and side streets that were still treacherous. Um, but I guess they had plows going. I don't know. I didn't leave the house for the first 2.5 days of it.
Now, if you don't have to, that's the mission.
Yeah,
So, was it powdery or was it the icy stuff?
so icy. I mean,
Wow.
really, most, not most, but some ice still was around today until it rained, and it's been warm enough. It's like maybe 45 degrees.
Oh, nice.
Um, that helped it melt, but like I don't remember being in a like living up north and seeing the ice just stick around for a week and a half after one snow. Um,
Wait, so Delaware, you have no memory of that kind of snow in Delaware?
no, I mean like it snows once and then the ice sticks around for a week and a half. I don't remember that happening ever.
Wow. Okay, I don't
But I
remember
mean
either,
like
but yeah.
if it would snow more than once, and that's why it would be around. Not it
Right, right.
snows once and then it's there forever.
We had like actually Charlotte just got 11 inches. I think it was yesterday or something like that, and we had at least 11, if not more. And then we had drifting, but our snow was all powdery snow, so it was easy to move. We have a snow blower, so we blow it away, and then you see it until the thaw in the past. The past the thaw that takes you to feels like June
Hmm.
because there's so much of it. There is a I think the scariest part of our snow was driving down the road and seeing a wall of snow that wasn't there the week before.
Mm.
The kind of wall you can't see around till you put your signal on and turn past it because there's so much of it. Because yeah, we're going to see this snow for a while, and now it's not snow anymore. It's not that pretty powdery stuff that was easy to move. Now it's the glacier. It's this iced over monster, dirty, disgusting
Mm.
pile of snow. And today was the first day that we got above freezing.
Oh yeah.
So it was at 34. That's our above freezing. So there's a little bit of melting, just enough to make you watch the overnight so that you don't have any black ice somewhere on the streets that, wasn't treated properly. But then the streets were treated pretty well here, so it should be fine. I mean, last week we had 2 days out of school where we had like the virtual learning happening and 3 days of delayed start to school.
Hmm.
So it affected every day. But we are hardy people. We go,
Yeah, I think
much to our dismay.
they canceled school every day last week and then this
Hmm.
Monday.
Oh wow, and this week too. Okay,
Or this
yeah. No, we're
Monday. I think they were in yesterday or today. What's today? Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday.
today's Tuesday, right? Yes,
Yeah.
and we're those people now. We're rugged people. We go to school, and it was brutal. And there's a population of people who don't believe in winter coats.
Mm,
They just, for some reason, think they can take it. And like I said, today was the first day above freezing. I don't understand how that's a thing, but I grew up in a different time. We walked the streets of Philly when we went to school, and you dressed for temperatures that could take you out if you're not careful. You had boots, you had gloves, you had your scarves, you had all the things on just to make sure that you didn't get frostbite, you didn't get damaged on your route to school. And
how
there's, say again,
you walked, like how far was the walk?
it felt like miles.
Mm,
I later put it in GPS, it wasn't even a mile. But the
mm,
point is, the point is, it felt like it. You left your neighborhood, you left what you knew, the safety of your block. My block was I guess maybe about 70 row homes on each side. Okay, let's say 50. I mean, scale back because I always inflated in my mind as a child who left at fourth grade. Um, it there's if you've never been in the city to see row homes, you don't appreciate this. But like from start to finish till you got to the corner, every house is connected, so they can squeeze a bunch of houses in there. I think there were, let's say, 50 houses on each side. So you have 100 houses on the block. That's your block. You
Yeah.
play there. You have all your friends there. You don't leave your block.
Hmm.
You just don't. So now when I walk from my street, which was Robinson Street, which is the name, the street to the left was 61st Street. The street to the right was 62nd Street. So now I had to go from Robinson between 61st and 62nd down to 66th Street.
Okay.
So there's my street, a name street, a number street, a name street, a number street, all the way
Mm.
down till you get to 66.
Yeah.
It felt like forever.
Yeah.
So we're doing this and we're going through neighborhoods and blocks where people don't like you and you fight and all these things happen in your dwelling, but it was just the best way to grow up, I thought. It was awesome. It was an awesome place to be because you had the nurturing block. But the walk to school, that felt like miles. It wasn't even a mile.
Did you ever
Priceless when I
have
learned that.
snow
Hmm.
days? Did you have snow days?
Oh, we had true snow days. We had because there was no virtual anything. There was no other option. But when you got to a certain number, you had to make those up. That's why, to me, I don't like snow days. I
Mm.
love that since COVID, we have a virtual learning option because you found that you can, there, it's not ideal for every student. We know that. Some students learn best in person, but for temporary purposes, like severe weather, you can have a day of virtual learning, a couple days of virtual learning, and eventually, get back to setting. But when you have so much snow and no technology, and you have to have the snow days, that means when you were supposed to get out, let's say in Philly, we didn't go till after Memorial Day, I mean after Labor Day, and then you get out and say the middle of June. Now you're getting out late June. That's horrible.
Mm.
That's horrible. I mean, you've already checked out,
Yeah.
but you're still physically there. So I love technology. In fact, I will until I retire, I will be one of those people saying, no, that season is over. The season of snow days is over. Like,
Mm.
oh, yeah. Because truthfully, when we're being realistic, your virtual learning, they don't, no teacher, no school is going to keep you on the computer for the entire time that you would be in a classroom.
Yeah.
They're going to connect with you, check in with you, give you your assignment, and release you. So if you want a snow day, guess what you can have? You can go get a snow day. Go outside. Don't say, "Oh, I want the kids to not have to have school." Well, then they have it at the end of the school year. Who wants that?
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still a kid who wants to hear their school name called out on the radio at heart.
On the
Please call
radio.
my school name.
LOL.
Exactly. That's how old I am. I'm that kid.
Uh, any Super Bowl predictions?
I don't even know who's playing
Oh.
because the Eagles aren't there, so I don't care. I'm sorry.
Mm.
That's too harsh. Actually, I think I do remember. It's Patriots, Seahawks. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good guess. I got this right. Don't care.
Mm. Okay.
I I hope that no one gets hurt. Wish them all well. Hope they have a good time. But if the Eagles aren't there, if there's no tush push happening with a Go Birds being yelled out somewhere from the stands, I don't. That's what true fans do.
Mm.
And as long as Dallas isn't there, I don't care. Sorry for those Dallas fans. So sorry.
Okay.
But are you planning to watch it?
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Mm.
Um, I'm not gonna host or anything. I don't. No one's reached out to me and said you should come over. I mean, it's the first time in a minute I haven't cared. Um, so it'll be on.
It's so funny. We are going to Maryland on Friday to commemorate Ariana's senior night. It's her
Mm,
last regular season home game. I forgot it was the Super Bowl weekend. I totally forgot. And okay, and Dad's birthday is Friday, so we have that we're celebrating, and Ariana's senior night for basketball. It's a big weekend for us, but like nothing to do with the Super Bowl at all. It's like, yeah, I don't. If the Eagles are not involved, I don't connect at all.
mm.
True fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
My main question for this episode, uh, what is it like to be a mother to adult children?
Hmm. It's it's a prayer item because it's so funny you say this. I was just talking with ladies I get together with on Mondays, and we get together, we pray, we just discuss the Bible and things that we uh, things about things of God. We just discuss that. Um, I love that all that I would want for you, all the best I want for you, it's not mine to do. Not like when you were young. I had to, get you up and get you going and do, find things for you to do and all the things I would like contend with and stress over and all. That's not mine to do anymore. Mine is to wish you well. See if you need me, you can call me. But it's yours to do. It's all yours to do. Um, I just, in fact, they asked when we went around and we asked, what's your prayer concerns? What are you praying for? I said, what are you praying for your sons? That they might know Christ. That's all I want for you and Christopher. Because anything else will fall under that umbrella. You'll be good. You'll be fine. Christ and Him crucified is enough for me, for you. If I don't even see all that God has for you to do, I'm good with that too. It's not about me seeing it, it's about it happening. So, you know where I'm coming from spiritually. So, for me, for having adult children, it's like, hey, Christ and Him crucified. Because the other stuff is it, it's a way to do it. Like, oh, you should have this job. No, I mean, it doesn't matter which job. It's a way to do things. It doesn't
Mm,
matter about which, if you go to school, degree, no degree, it doesn't matter. It's a way to do things. Married, not married, way to do things. I don't, I want God's will for you to be done. That's all I want. I want you to know Him. That's it. For you to know Christ and for God's will to be done in your life, that's all I care about. Because I've learned that the other stuff is just like me stressing over things that I think I want and my agenda. I don't want that. I don't want that.
mm. What
That
do you
two
think?
hands off for you? Huh?
No, that's great.
Oh.
What do you think it was like for your parents?
Oh. I think there was a lot of stuff that you had to live up to, and then you wanted your children to do better than you and your generation did.
Mm,
And I don't, I don't think I will ever know all the things that were endured by my parents. I'm sure they kept a bunch of things from me and still do, but I know that they still nurture me like as if I am someone in their house. Like they still would like, do you have such and such? I'm fine, mom. I'm good. Well, here, take. I don't need that. Yeah, she would still. You know your grandparents. You know them. They will still do for you like as if they have to, and they don't.
mm.
But
Yeah.
I think the things they went through. I mean, you've heard stories of like, your grandmother picked cotton, so she was the daughter of sharecroppers. Um, Granddad, like his stories at the Federal Reserve Bank, he was like one of the first. He the first vice president in Philadelphia, the first black vice president at the Federal Reserve Bank in Philadelphia. I'm not sure. If he wasn't the first, he's one of them. Just blazing trails in areas that you didn't know you were blazing trails. You're just doing it. Just just walking in opportunities that God provided, and oh, by the way, there's this. And it's just amazing that he did that without a college degree.
Yeah.
He did not go to college. So that pathway was available for him at that time, like for such a time as that, God had that for him. And then he made sure that he wanted to make sure that all his kids went to college. Did they
Mm,
have to? They didn't have to, but he saw that in his world, in his life, that wasn't allowed as
yeah.
much. So he wanted to make sure that they were allowed to do some things. The I think about what happened when we left that neighborhood I mentioned earlier. That neighborhood I thought was so wonderful and nurturing and so awesome that I wouldn't probably wouldn't move there now. I don't. Um, when we moved out of Philadelphia to the suburbs of Philly in South Jersey, I went from a very nurturing neighborhood that looked just like me. Almost everybody on my block was African American. We moved to Pennsauken, New Jersey, and we were like the second family of color on the block, and it was not nearly as nurturing. The racist slurs were yelled at me as I tried to play in the yard.
What year is this approximately?
That was 1975.
Okay.
I know that because Uncle Ron was born then. um, the slurs were yelled at me as I was playing. They broke out every window in our home. There was like a watch. My uncles were. I learned this like pretty recently, like in the past 5 years. My uncle sat watch over the house because someone came and broke out all the windows. Someone at my dad's job was like advocating for him and like making sure
Mm,
things went well with the sale of the house. I mean, it was just kind of things you don't think, oh, that's so long ago. No, that's not that long ago.
yeah.
It it's long, but it's not that long. It's still fresh in my mind. And they did this to offer more opportunities for me,
Mm,
my brother, my sister, better supposedly better school districts, and they were. But what came with that? And what's interesting is everywhere we have lived, we have made it diverse. Would you say that's true?
1000%.
I think except for Delaware. Delaware was
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
diverse. I appreciate that so much now about Delaware. That Delaware was the most diverse place we've ever lived, and I love that. I loved it for that.
Hmm.
Um, but what comes with that is like you you move in a neighborhood based on the schools. Schools are on the books, great schools. But does having equity and diversity matter when you're looking for things? Because if so, then did I do my children a disservice? This is why I pray. God, your will be done. Because it's done now. You can't unring that bell. You can't go back. But it just makes me work harder wherever I'm standing to make sure we promote greater cultural awareness and equity and making sure that you're being as inclusive as possible with people.
Yeah.
That's what we can do now. Do you think that harmed your outlook on things, having to make neighborhoods diverse?
No.
Okay,
No, full stop. Um, I agree with you. I think it's incredibly helpful to have diversity everywhere, whether it's race, creed, religion, whatever
hmm
list of things people read off. Um, it just makes you a more generous and open-minded and impactful person if there are different people around you.
right,
I feel like the mix of what's the word here? Um, your attitude toward inclusion and dad's attitude toward I guess to be nice, safety
right,
and trying
right,
to protect us was interesting to see. Obviously, you're not dad. He's a different person than you and grew up in a
right.
different area. So you saw different things. Um, but as I think about it now, as someone who's grown, like, okay, I can see why dad was a little cagey, or I can see why you were very adamant about uh, having different voices and trying new things.
Do you realize that your dad, whose birthday is Friday, his birth certificate says colored on it?
I just, I did not.
It says colored.
Uh,
That's when he grew up in Alabama. That had to be a story that none of us know. We didn't live that story. That's his to tell. I can't even imagine. But it does make me appreciate what he says when he says it, what things that affect his decision making. Like if I don't want to go there, if I don't feel, if you still don't feel comfortable somewhere, there's something a tape playing in your head that something happened to you that is still there,
mhm.
and I have to respect that because I wasn't there. That wasn't my story. Can't even imagine. But that's on the document. That
Yeah.
was how deeply entrenched that was in his life. So, like you said, different perspectives. Like Philly had its issues. Philly, well, Phil, I'm sure still has its issues. Like I saw my uncle have to run from fights. They went to a skating rink in a neighborhood that wasn't diverse, but in the other another direction. Like I think it was a largely Italian neighborhood, and he
Mm,
was there with his friends who were African American, and they had to run, you know, to safety from the skating rink. That might the same thing might happen if that group came from that neighborhood to where we lived. So
mm,
it just wasn't very inviting for other cultures in the 70s in Philly. That wasn't my story though. That was my uncle's story. He was an adult African American male in Philly. So he was always, in fact, you met him maybe once,
mm,
and he was very ill. He's since passed away. So he was very ill. And I think till he died, he was very bitter
mm,
towards the race relations in Philly. And that was pretty much his home because he moved there from South Carolina when he was a child, like an infant, like almost like a very young child. So he only knew Philly. Whereas grandmom came there in ninth grade. And her shock was a whole nother level of having to leave South Carolina with the accent and all the things that you know about South Carolina and being not just from South Carolina, but a farm,
yeah.
a poverty stricken on a farm in South Carolina. And you went from there to Philadelphia, the birthplace of city life and our nation and all this stuff. That was shocking. She said grandmom's story is that she didn't know how to dial the phone
Mm,
because in South Carolina you would just say connect me to so and so or like maybe two numbers. I think it was two numbers she said. In Philadelphia they were all the numbers.
mm,
And they started
mm.
with GR and you had to get the rest of the numbers. She didn't know what to do with those numbers. It's amazing the cultural differences that we are not aware of. And you hope someone will be compassionate toward you as you learn them, as we
Yeah.
try to become more culturally aware. Yeah,
I think the challenge is getting yourself or someone to that place who's interested to learn. Um,
that's key. Yes,
yeah, because if you're just in one place for so long with the same people who look or sound like you, I mean, that is all the world to you. There is nothing else.
right.
And if there is something else, it's probably scary because it's unknown. Um, I think I still wrestle with, and I always come out in the end thinking it is worth it. Um, but like, I definitely have both outlooks, like dad's and yours,
Mm.
in my brain.
Well, I mean, maybe that's good. One keeps you safe, one lets you explore.
Yeah.
Do you think you could ever live abroad?
Sure, maybe.
Okay. And I
Uh,
would love it. I would love to go again. I would love to go somewhere out of the country. I mean, even if not to live, because for me, when I did that before we were living in Germany, my heart was here because my family was here. So I could see traveling extensively abroad, but always coming to what's home near family.
mm, yeah.
That, that always speaks to me. So now, what would you say is your most memorable interaction with diversity or lack of diversity wherever we've been?
Hmm. I don't have great memories of childhood.
Like they're
um,
bad ones,
no,
or
I
you
just
don't
don't
remember
have
them?
any.
Okay, I've forgotten them. Got you. Maybe you've been
um,
saved from all those things by a lack of remembering them.
there was. I mean, this is. It got back to me, so I guess it's indirect racism here.
Mm,
We were, or I was. I think I was still in middle school. We were definitely in Alabama. It wasn't high
mm,
school yet. Had a friend at the time who we went to his friend's house, and the friend of a friend's dad was like, "Why would you bring him around here?" And
mm,
that got back to me. Like he didn't say that to me, um,
mm-hmm.
but that was definitely a tentpole moment. Of like, oh, they're serious about this stuff around here.
Wow.
Like you hear the stories of like, yeah, the South is 10 years behind or whatever. Um, but to hear that come back to me, I was like, oh, bro, that's nuts. I'm a kid.
And what had you ever done to him?
Yeah, exactly. I met him that day. I was
Nothing. That's what that's what's heartbreaking about all of it. Like, do you know me? And have I harmed you in any way? Why are you putting on and the thing is maybe something happened to you, like with my uncle. Maybe there was a person, one white person harmed you one time at the skating rink. That does not translate to every other white person in the world. That's that one incident, that person. Please don't make it a blanket statement for everybody. Same thing. Maybe one black person hurt that dad. That's one black person, but I doubt that was it, sadly. That's sadly not typical for that. That's the sad reality. If it's a mindset you just believe,
yeah, and
if you look
that's
this
yeah,
way, then I don't want you around. And there's no reason for it. There's no justified reason. There's
yeah,
just that's what we call that embedded racism. It's like, yeah, there's no explaining that.
yeah, and that was
No
like maybe
explaining that.
2010 or so.
Mm,
And of
that's
course you
that's
have
that's new.
yeah, exactly. Of course you have everything happening now in America.
Mm,
Not I mean, you've had a string of murders of black people by police, but it seems the focus is now on brown people. Um, yeah, it's if you think about it for more than 2 seconds, it's silly, and it'd be great if we could all just laugh at it, but people are dying,
dying.
so it's not as funny.
No, no. And
Yeah.
that's my one of my roles in the high school is I am an advisor for the student organization called Standing Together Against Racism, or STAR. And it is my mission to be as supportive as possible because it's a student-led organization. And currently there are students who want to stand as allies for those who are suffering, those who are being attacked, those who are, being treated poorly, those who are scared to, go anywhere because whatever. They just want to stand as allies for this cause. And I'm with them. I'm for it. Let's do it in a way that's meaningful, that is not just like pitchforks and torches. Like, no, let's make this meaningful and make it long, make it last. Because like you said, like this stuff is serious, but it's been serious.
Yeah.
What's really sad is that every day I get a calendar reminder from the Equal Justice Initiative. And on that calendar reminder is that day in history. And it changes like the year, but the date is your current date. So today's date and in a given year, something happened that was inequitable to someone. If you get those calendar reminders every day, that stuff wears on you. So I have to like glance at it and then delete it because I can't. I know where to go find it if I want to, if I like want to research it some more. But there are so many things that have happened in the history of this country to people of all complexions, but a lot more to people of color. It is mind blowing. So when you're hearing what's happening now, you almost say add it to the pile
Hmm.
of things for people who have been harmed because of inequity, racist, biased beliefs. It's ridiculous. I will never make light of it. And what's the hardest thing for me to take in is people who want to negate it.
Mm.
I don't see color. I need you to see color. I need you to see it because if you don't see it, then that means when it happens, it's not a big deal to you. I need you to see that it's happening to these people
Yeah.
because they have a little more melanin than someone else. Or if you don't like that for whatever reason, I don't know. I wasn't there when you decided why you didn't like them. I have no idea. It doesn't make sense. They didn't harm you. They didn't do anything to you. But it's just amazing how, if you look at the pile of these things, these occurrences, and how far back they go, how far back this goes. But like you said, like we to laugh it off is to do it a disservice. We can't do that.
Yeah.
But to see it every day, you won't leave the therapist. You
Yeah.
won't. You'll be sitting in that chair forever. So like, what do we? You got to find a way that says I'm helping in this area. So here's hoping we can do some things that maybe promote some cultural awareness. Can we promote civil discourse? Can we say, um, you think this, I think this, and instead of saying, let me tell you why I think this, no, say, let me try to figure out why you think that. Which means I can't attack you while I'm trying to like legitimately figure this out. I have to consider you. I have to think, okay, maybe this happened. The what happened to somebody helps you figure this stuff out if you're willing to. And like you mentioned that before, like, are
Yeah.
they willing to open up about this stuff?
That's difficult because like some people are, some people aren't, and you can't make someone get there.
No, that's my favorite thing to help high schoolers remember. You can't make them do or think differently. I'm gonna make him. I'll put my hand. Put your hands down. You can't make them. Not even with a punch. There's no. You can't make someone do or think differently. You can hope they do, and you can wait for them to decide. You can't. You can only control what you do. My goodness. My goodness. And my other thing to consider and be at peace with God about is that people who don't believe that what has happened has been institutionalized racism has been institutionalized because governmental mandates have allowed certain things to happen based on it.
Hmm.
So when that has happened for centuries, and we're coming around some, and they got rid of some, but it happened for centuries. It clearly has been an effect. And what you saw in your life was how your dad responds to things versus how I respond to things. When you grow up in Alabama, you do things a little differently than someone who grew up in Philly because of what was happening in governmental institutionalized activities down there versus what was happening. I'm not saying there was none, but it was different. It was a little
Yeah.
different. It was a little different.
I
If
had
we
to
could
come.
just
Yeah.
go ahead.
Sorry. I was talking. We were talking about just injustice in general at lunch with me and some other people.
Hmm.
And I brought up my mission statement, which I think I brought up every episode now.
Hmm.
You are not the enemy. Um, and I really do believe like the other human being across from me is not. But
Right.
the systems that are at place that keep people down or apathetic or um, in a losing state, we don't need those.
No.
We could change those.
No. Exactly. And let's say you disagree with me. You don't like what I'm saying or doing. When we're living in a place where you disagreeing or not liking what I say or do might cause me to die, that's a problem. And one of my favorite things to ask is like, yeah, you might disagree, but should I die for that? No. Can we just all agree on that no one should die for that because we disagree, because we have differing opinions? Please, can we just get to that place?
Yeah.
One day, one day.
Mm.
or even so come Lord Jesus, whichever, because we can't make people do differently. We can only control what we do. So I don't know how this is going to come about in this world in which we live. We can only control what we do. So, what's your plan to make your space more equitable?
It's a great question. Hmm. I think I've started already. It starts within.
Mhm.
Um, the mission statement has helped me so much in every regard in my life. Um, I think it's continued to give me hope when things seem most hopeless, especially things that I can't control happening around in the country that I disagree with. Like, how do I not become bitter? Uh, and then from there, okay, what am I passionate about currently that I can help out in my community? Um, did a bunch of volunteering last year. I'd love to do more this year. Um, yeah, I think just like being active uh, in places that are less fortunate around people who don't look like me. It's a good place to start. But the mindset of uh, it's not me against you. That's already helped me a bunch.
Right. I just learned of a woman who started a wonderful nonprofit organization based on her career to help promote awareness about healthcare and concerns for digestion.
Mm,
If you had to start a nonprofit based on how you volunteer, what would it be?
I don't know.
Well, where have you volunteered? I mean, where
um,
have you decided to, to serve?
there's a place just like handing meals and supplies and warm things to unhoused people around town in Nashville.
Okay,
Um, there's some website, I forget what it is, but like it has a bunch of registries of other charities or charitable things happening in the city. I need to check that out and see if anything sparks my interest.
nice. So you already have a place to plug into, so you don't really need to start your own from scratch. You just go plug in there.
Good Lord, starting
That's
anything from
awesome.
scratch just sounds so terrifying.
Well, my thing is, it would like the woman I just learned about tonight. She was working as a physician and saw the need for more education. So her nonprofit just naturally just developed from that. Like it's all about teaching, teaching more about your health, teaching more about your gut health, teaching more about, just that, which is what she does for a living, and she saw the need for it. So if you do come up with that, it won't be hard. It'll be what you're already doing, and you're seeing that there's a gap,
Mm,
there's a
sure.
gulf
Yeah.
between what's happening and what needs to happen. Well, I think if I had to do something like a retirement job, as I call it, like when I retire from education, I would love to be able to promote greater cultural awareness. Totally. Like we just need to learn about our own culture. Go learn about other cultures, which means you have to listen. You don't talk when you go learn about another culture. You go sit and you listen. And then share amongst those from which you've learned. Like share yours with them and vice versa, if they would like to. That is it's so amazing because there's no way you're arguing when you're genuinely trying to learn and share. It, I mean, even if it comes down to something as basic as, "Oh, I like this chicken. I like someone, the other one back. I like churches. I like Popeye." Whatever it is, you can laugh and joke about it, have your preference, and realize it's just a preference for whatever reason. Like there's no less than, greater than. It's different. It's not less. That's my favorite Temple Grandin quote.
Mm,
If we could just find a way to promote that from from elementary on up, because you've got to start in elementary. You've got to start where they can see this put into practice. You can see that, oh, every week we learn about a different culture. Every week we try maybe a different food. Every week we learn how they live there. We see them. We talk to them virtually, whatever it is that says, this is how we do this and this is acceptable. And it doesn't seem strange. I do see color. and it doesn't seem strange that I do, because you shouldn't have someone. I mean, I think my first year of college, my roommate, I don't believe she had ever seen a person of color, that she'd ever seen a black person. She was my roommate, and I think her eyes were wide for a while until she realized, okay, she's not going away. Yes, we have to room together. Wouldn't it be great if, whether through virtual, options or whatever, you could make sure that young students from all over the world could connect and learn about other people who didn't look like them on
Mhm.
a regular basis, by name, by activity, by whatever it is, that it by the time you're an adult, you're just calling them. This is your friend. You're gonna go visit them. This was I love the thought of like being able to just keeping your passport up to date, because off I go, seeing my friend, doing the things that help me become more culturally aware with no inhibitions. That would be awesome.
It would be.
So as soon as I retire, we're on it. Let's go. Let's do this.
Oh, all right.
So everything going well with the music? It sounds wonderful. I was listening to a song Natalie was singing earlier today. I think it was today. Yes, I was on um something that came up on Instagram.
Mm.
So
Yeah, things are
good.
all right. Um, there's a song that's due in a couple weeks that I'm nervous that we're gonna miss the deadline. But
Oh no.
other than that, um, it's okay.
Good, good, good. Well, hopefully there won't be any more snow or ice. Mainly no more ice, because snow is pretty. Ice is deadly. We don't want that. Hopefully we can get through this. As the groundhog said, 6 more weeks of winter. Who
Hmm.
trusts a groundhog? Who can trust a groundhog? Come
Yeah.
on now. So until next time,
Yep.
um, do you have any plans for your birthday?
I was talking about that with a friend at dinner tonight. No is the short answer. Uh, the long answer is maybe I'll see a movie. Maybe I'll do this thing that I stole from a friend of a friend called Open House, where I just like put my address out on Instagram and be like, hey, come through in the hours from like 12 to 4 or whatever, or don't. If you want to see me on my birthday weekend, come on by. But if not, it's okay.
This is for
Um,
a closed group of people, right? Not for everybody.
that's correct.
Okay, I'm
Um,
thinking now. I'm worried about my son.
might do that. Uh, and then I'm going to Vegas the week after my birthday. So that's
Got it. Okay,
the big thing.
got it. Got it. Well, that is awesome. I hope that it's a fun time, no matter what you choose to do.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned briefly something that was coming up in 2 weeks. We are hosting Mr. Tad Roach from the Equal Justice Initiative,
Hmm.
the foundation I mentioned about the daily calendar post, and founded by Brian Stevenson from the story that we have seen, Just Mercy. If you haven't seen it, watch it again. I'm so excited, and hopefully by the time we talk again on the Secure Line, that will have been a wonderful experience to promote greater cultural awareness, because some people don't have a clue what others in this country go through based on socioeconomic standing, color, just where you live. I mean, just so many things that affect people that don't affect others, and they are blind to it.
Yeah.
So here's hoping this event will be a great Black History Month event, like just celebrating Brian Stevenson, but also enlightening people about what's going on in this world
Yeah.
that maybe you can learn more about and be more supportive of, and be just be more aware.
Well,
So I will
thank you.
keep you posted.
All right.
Love you. You have a good night.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye bye.